It's the Slam Dunk.
So he's the one who got away, Richie Mo'unga, yet to peak for the All Blacks, still pretty much in the infancy of his career. The incumbent at number 10 in a year where senior players have exited. It needed Mo'unga to stay in New Zealand Rugby, and the Rugby Union got this so terribly, horribly wrong, allowing him to leave New Zealand Rugby and the All Blacks for the price tag of $2.2 million a year. He's the highest paid rugby player in the world now, and he's gone for 3 years. It means he can't play for the All Blacks unless they change the rules, which, as of today, they're now starting to look at. They won't do it immediately, but they will look at this. And new All Black coach Scott Robertson has been to Japan to see if Mo'unga is up to doing a deal to come back early. They want him back early. Razor wants Mo'unga back because he's the best man for the job, and they've realised they let him go. They shouldn't have. Do I sense panic in the All Blacks? All Blacks don't panic. They shouldn't panic, and they're starting to. I think this is panic, isn't it? We allow hundreds of our players to leave every year, and they do so knowing that's the end of the road. They can't be picked for the All Blacks playing overseas. But this is one that we need to make sure stayed here, Richie Mo'unga. And whoever was negotiating this from the side of the Rugby Union, they stuffed this up big time. The All Blacks, I know, are bigger than one man and one player, surely, but maybe they're not. Should they just now relax the rules and pick Mo'unga for the next 2 years from Japan, just as a one-off? Not for anybody else, just do it, rewrite the rules and say, this is the Mo'unga rule. You can play in Japan, keep your money there, but you're going to play for the All Blacks. This is a rule that's been written so they can't do this. We'll change it. Just change it. It's their rules, change it. Razor wants to put his best team out there, and the old rules are making that really difficult right now. Razor has plenty of pull inside the doors of the New Zealand Rugby Union, but this will test his level of influence. The other thing that might happen is if the ABs are really found wanting against England and they lose maybe 1 or 2 test matches, maybe that will be the sort of kickstart that we need to get Mo'unga back. Watch what happens if we start to lose. There is no greater argument than losing. A few losses are notched up, and watch this policy change. I think, given the pull of the overseas contracts, the All Blacks will soon have to pick from overseas anyway, like South Africa. So it's changing. Razor doesn't want a shit team, he wants his best players. The world champ, South Africa, they pick from all around the world. You can play for South Africa and play rugby anywhere in the world. And has it hurt them? Of course not, they're the world champions.